Have you ever asked yourself what you would do differently if you actually had the opportunity to go back into your past? Personally, I always think about this, especially in regards to investing, because if I'm going to be incredibly open and honest with all of you, I just feel like that I might be much further along than just $250,000 in my brokerage account should I have actually approached the stock market like I do these days. And yes, while I know hindsight is certainly 20/20, I can also just say that my mistakes don't have to be yours. Hence this very video and why I wanted to take the time today to break down the stocks that I wish I would have bought way back when in order to set me up for more financial success today. Now, before I even get to covering the stocks, I want to mention arguably the biggest mistake that I feel countless amounts of investors are making, which is actually destroying a lot of lucrative wealth opportunities for the vast majority of investors out there, just as it did for me. And it all comes down to your investor profile and just not having the slightest of clue on how to even go about investing accordingly to that profile. And while I know it's incredibly exciting to just throw money into the stock market, feel the gambler's like high of doing so and trying your odds at making a lot of money, this isn't Vegas, nor is it the house's money. This is your money, and therefore the stakes are even higher than you think with little room for error. In other words, take the time right now to actually understand your financial position and then formulate an investing strategy around that. Now, when I was in my early 20s, my investor profile was one that called for taking on some more risk. Yet, I foolishly played it ultra safe with a broad market index fund for a long time before adding some dividend stocks and then just falling trapped to the allure of dividend investing for dividend income that I didn't even need. So it really just hindered all my performance, and I'm really still feeling the impact of that today. As for me now, I only recently really got my act together as an investor, aligning my profile with my strategy. And let me just tell you one thing. The moment I did that, my account literally doubled within a year to what you all see now, $250,000+ So in knowing what my investor profile was, as well as my primary objective a decade ago, well, I would have kept the index as a foundation to my portfolio. I certainly would have targeted dividend growth stocks, though, with a capital G, over medium range to higher yielding dividend stocks, all to ensure that I reap maximum profitability. Still to this day, given I'm only 30, I would remain all in on dividend growers rather than high yielders, because once again, I just do not need the dividend income right now at this stage, and I don't need that crazy level of safety. I can afford the risk. Now that leads me to some of the stocks that I would have ultimately doubled down on, and this is going to be the first stock now, Waste Management, ticker symbol WM, which is in fact a portfolio position I just added. Nonetheless, Waste Management is a trash collection, recyclable, and dumpster rental company. The reason that I would seriously have been all over Waste Management is really quite simple. It's a company that can't easily be rocked during market cycles or turmoil because of the nature of their business, what they do, and most importantly, what you do, which is throwing out garbage every single week that needs to be picked up and hauled away out of sight. Now, a play like Waste Management doesn't sound, say, all too sexy compared to some of those tech stocks out there, but I will tell you this, it certainly performs like one. If we go ahead right now and just click into Waste Management's stock chart, we're going to see it's a very lucrative investment opportunity. As we can see, the stock over the year has been up 15%, trading for $233 per share right now as of this video. But more impressively, it performed like a tech stock, like I said, over the last 5 years here, as we're going to see that this baby appreciated by over 135%. And if you're one for a company's financials, well, have at it here with Waste Management being a company that consistently delivers on revenue. As we can see, it's up over 8%, while net income also popped up to over 19%. But now let's dive in a little deeper on the balance sheet, which are numbers I like to see in every company. Waste Management maintains $44 billion in assets to just $36 billion in liabilities, a solid spread between the two metrics, making it very healthy. And as for the dividend metrics, Simply Safe Dividends has us covered here, and we're going to find that Waste Management scores an 80 in terms of safety of that dividend, while the company divvies out 1.41% worth of a dividend yield. That remains intact thanks to a lower payout ratio coming in at 43% after 25 years of a dividend streak, and growing that dividend by an average of 7.2% year over year for the last last 10 years. Now, another rock solid stock that I wish I bought much earlier is a powerful dividend growth stock as well. We have Visa, ticker symbol V, which is a transaction facilitator, making it an ideal buy and hold type of opportunity. And you really don't need to worry all too much about this company defaulting because Visa has nothing to do with loans or credit, though it appears to many as if it does. At least many people out there, I think, get confused that Visa is in the business of loaning money out or credit. It's not. It's all about the technology and being behind the scenes for a seamless transaction while collecting a fee from every swipe of your credit card. Better yet, that fee isn't even collected from you. It's collected from the merchant that you're buying from. Either way, year to date, we're going to see right now that Visa's been performing well up over 13.2% on the year. And clicking into that 5-year chart, we're going to find yet again another unshakable investment that has appreciated by over 87%. Now, scrolling down, we're going to find that the revenue comes in consistently strong with over 10% flowing in as of recent, with over 14.3% in terms of net income, and a balance sheet that is also very healthy. $94 billion in assets, just $55 billion in liabilities. But being in Visa for the long-term dividend collectability, we're going to find that when it comes to Visa, we get a 99 safety score according to Simply Safe Dividends, while it shells out a 0.66% dividend yield. And then we get a 22% payout ratio, which is quite low after 16 years worth of a dividend streak. Have at it here with an all-powerful 17.7% dividend growth rate. Now, before I cover the next 3 dividend stocks that I wish I had doubled down on, for the love of God, about a decade ago, investors, I just want to take a pause here to ask for a massive favor in helping me achieve my goal of getting the nearly 60% of you out there who are watching my videos, tuning in every single video, down to about 50%. After all, you're already tuning in every video that I'm producing, so make this easier for the both of us. Join the actual community by subscribing. Help us hit 40,000 subscribers. And if you're enjoying this video, or more importantly, actually getting value from videos like this, you gotta let me know by tapping on that thumbs up button. Let's go ahead and talk about Walmart, ticker symbol WMT, because Walmart's another standout player, which I don't need to say much about. It's the largest employer in the United States with a very, very loyal customer base, given it's one of the most reliable, trusted big box retailers where consumers know that they can find a deal or two when they need it. Now, when it comes to Walmart, it has remained insanely competitive. With the e-commerce players that are coming about these days, we have a dominant brick and mortar choice on our hands with Walmart, and it allows consumers to actually get out of their house and shop, which I think a lot of us actually like, despite popular belief of just ordering everything online. Anyways, click into the stock chart. We're going to see it's up over 6% on the year, trading for $95 per share right now. But over the 5-year chart here, we're going to see it's up over 131% worth of appreciation. That's like a tech stock in my opinion. And scroll down, we're going to get 5% there of a pop in revenue to 25% worth of a pop or spike there in net income. If we continue to scroll down, $260 billion there in assets to just $163 billion in liabilities. Now, if we go ahead and click over to Simply Safe Dividends, a solid safety score of a 90 with a dividend yield coming in at 0.98% while it maintains a lower payout ratio of 33% over the last 51 years worth of a dividend streak. And then we get a 2% dividend growth rate. Not crazy, but steady. Next up, another company that over the past decade has been an insane opportunity for a lot of investors. And right now we're actually getting a rock solid opportunity with it, United Health, ticker symbol UNH, which is America's largest healthcare provider. Now, I've made plenty of videos on United Health recently, just given how it's trading. And I share all of my bullish views in those videos. My most recent is actually going to be linked down there in the pinned comment. But I'm just going to say this right now. When it comes to United Health and all the negative news around the industry and this specific company, well, it's just giving us that opportunity. It's trading right now at $296 per share. That's down about 41% on the year. But you're going to find, of course, over the long term, United Health is a very steady, reliable growth player for investors. And I don't think that America is really going to change up the healthcare system anytime soon. So that's to our benefit. All the negative press, I think, is just noise. We scroll down, we're going to see that it just brought in 7% plus worth of revenue. And scroll down once more to get a balance sheet that remains very healthy despite it all. Company right now has $298 billion in assets, just $195 billion in liabilities. Now, clicking right into Simply Safe Dividends, a lower safety score there of an 80, but still very clean and healthy. Dividend yield coming in a bit higher here than the other mentions at 2.83%. 8%, along with a 30% payout ratio, 32 years worth of a dividend streak, and a very impressive 19.3% average dividend growth rate. And finally, many of you know that I've been a massive fan of Apple over the years. It's really one of the first stocks I added after I bought into that index fund. But if there was another tech opportunity that I really wish that I doubled down on a decade ago, it'd be Alphabet, ticker symbol GOOGL. Not only is Alphabet, or Google for that matter, the most used search engine in the world as of right now, but it owns the second largest search engine in the world, YouTube. And as we march into a technologically driven future, I believe Google's time to really shine has yet to come, which is just crazy to say. Therefore, I have a major stake in Google right now and built it out for a larger position in my portfolio to just literally hold on to and enjoy all the returns. Click into the stock chart with me, we're going to find that it's right now down nearly 10% on the year. It's up, however, over 141% over the last 5 years. Now scroll down with me, 14% worth of a spike in revenue, over 35% worth of a spike there, increase in net income, and best yet, this balance sheet is, I think, the cleanest I've ever seen in any company I've ever looked into. 450 billion in assets, just 125 billion in liabilities. Alphabet has only recently become a dividend paying stock, so the metrics won't be crazy, but in playing our cards right, well, at least if I played my cards right over the last decade, if I had invested into it, it would have been insane returns. Clicking into Simply Safe Dividends, however, these days we're also going to reap the benefits of a dividend and safety score of an 80 as it dishes out a small but mighty 0.49% dividend yield that I think will be growing over the longer term. Now, I want to close this video out similarly to how I opened it. These are stocks that I wish I would have bought into knowing what I know these days as an investor. And yes, while their dividend yields aren't, say, through the roof, their dividend growth potential, just combined with their overall growth potential, has actually allowed me to drive some serious returns into my portfolio and get this whole portfolio to the next level. Therefore, for each and every one of you out there, make sure you're investing according to your investor profile and align your objectives with your profile to actually curate a portfolio that makes sense for you. Don't just focus on dividend stocks for dividend income or passive income. Now, if you don't have $100,000 in your brokerage account, this is going to be your next video, or at least it should be. A lot of tips and tricks on how to reach that six-figure account. And until the next video, be sure you're subscribed, but I'll catch you in the next one.